These are some before shots of the shed that I got done cleaning out. We started it a couple months ago, cutting the brush, and these are pictures that were taken at least 5 years ago. Just some before shots before I started cleaning it up. I left this building to be one of the last ones. Had some family members that didn't want me to touch it, and wanted to save the things that were in there, and for whatever reason. Anyway, I finally decided here a month or two ago that I was going to tackle it, and these are just some before shots. It was quite a bit of work, but it's done. The overhang part of it is done, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I put a new trailer wheel and tire on that side. The other side, I got two tires. I've got air. I think they're holding air for now. I'll test them, check them in another day or so. I jacked this all up to get it up off the ground. This was all laying on the ground. This all looks like it's functioning. The hitch looks like it's functioning. The trailer's in pretty solid shape. I mean, once you get a hold of it and pull it out of here, it should be fine. There is a motor underneath there. I just covered it is all. Put the cover back on it. Looks like 08, I think, was the last. Yeah, 08. Glass is all good, but the piece of glass over there is laying on the seat here. Oh. 195038. Again, I've got two tires down the shop trying to see if they'll hold air. The day I took this video, I was pretty much done. I had already bagged up the rest of the garbage that's on the ground that you see laying there, and I backed my trailer up, getting ready to load it up. But I spent a couple hours or so just cleaning up the rest of it, raking up the rest of the stuff, and getting the burn stuff that was available out of there. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of preparing my trailer here to get it loaded up. I'm getting ready to pick up these bags, and I overfilled them, and they were really pretty heavy. That one there wasn't, but the next couple were pretty heavy, and I had a heck of a time lifting them up into my trailer there. You hear a few grunts and groans, but the old man got her done. Oh, this stuff is dangerous here. Dangerous glass here. It reminds me of the old round barn. When I was emptying that out, came across all these panes of glass that I ended up taking to the dump. And I was doing great. I filled that trailer up with glass, panes of glass, big panes, and they were heavy. And Kathleen was sort of helping, but I was keeping her away because it was pretty dangerous. And everybody at the dump left me alone because I got glass going everywhere. And I was doing great. Loaded the glass in the trailer, unloading it at the dump, and I get down to the last piece, and I pick up the last piece of glass, and it shatters in my hands, and it drove into my finger, into this finger right here, right at the base where it meets the hand. And it cut a nerve, and it went deep, and now I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. So I finished up what I was doing. Got my trailer all hooked up and buttoned down, and I'm bleeding. And still to this day, this finger is numb. The tip of my finger is numb because I hit a nerve there and it never did heal right. And I don't know how many stitches it took. But handling glass, those are windshields that were on the back side of this building here, some of which they're broken. And I'm trying to be really careful here and not get injured again, because that wasn't fun. Oh. Crazy. I don't want Kathleen to watch me doing this. She doesn't even know this glass is back behind the building because she remembers the day of me getting hurt and spending a few hours at urgent care. Wasn't a fun day. I don't have enough here for a whole load, so, but it's pretty much done here. I'll show some before and after photos of this little project. We call it the tweaker shed. I'm not going to go into this building yet. Inside there. That's a whole nother can of worms. But my goal here was to get this emptied out. And there was a snowmobile here. Snowmobile, boat. This will be, let's see, I took a whole load plus about a half a load of burnables. So I filled that trailer up. That's a 5x12 trailer. It was filled with stuff you can burn. And I filled it up probably 1.5 times of that. We took a load to the metal place, which you've seen the video of. All that metal came from in here. Then we took that same day, we went to the metal place, we went to the dump. That thing was filled. It was filled with garbage from inside this building here. So that was 1 load of burn, 1 load of metal, 1.5 loads of junk. And we haven't even opened up that building yet. So needless to say, it has been a bit of a project, just like all of them up here. This stuff has to go to Metro South Hazard Waste. It's got oil and whatever else is in there. Can't take it to the dump. Well, you could, but you get caught, you get in big trouble for that. So I wait till I get enough hazardous waste stuff gathered up and then I take it in. And boy, you go to that Metro South hazardous waste place, oh, they almost treat you like a criminal in there. All kinds of questions. Where'd the stuff come from? Is it a private property versus commercial? They don't make it easy. I'll never forget one time I was being a bit of a smartass. I wasn't in a very good mood. And if you have a lot of stuff to go to Metro South hazardous waste place, they want you to call ahead of time. And I had a whole trailer full
of stuff. This is before I knew I had to call ahead of time. I don't remember. I've taken multiple trailer loads to the hazardous waste area. Anything from batteries to fluorescent bulbs to chemicals. There was just uncountless amounts of chemicals. You know, the old garden shed I tore down, I pulled all that stuff out. Paint. Oh my God, the amount of paint cans that were saved. Anyway, I've filled up that trailer a couple different times. The first time I went, though, I didn't call ahead of time. And the guy says, hey, you know, we don't have time for this. You're going to have to come back another day. And you need to call ahead of time next time you come in here with a load like that. And I said, look, I live over an hour away from here. I'm trying to do the right thing by coming here and dumping this stuff, which is what you're supposed to do. He goes, well, you need to call ahead of time. Well, I didn't call ahead of time, but I will in the future. Now, I can always take the load down to the bridge and dump it over the side of the bridge and throw it in the river if you want. And he didn't like that too much. He really got pretty cranky with me. And I said, look, I'm here. We're unloading this right now. And he got all huffy and puffy with me and slamming stuff around. He's calling people over to help me out. And I got it unloaded, but he wasn't happy about it, the guy there. And anyway, I since have learned I call ahead of time if I have more than, I don't remember what the amount is. It's like, I want to say 30 or 35 gallons of stuff. If you have more than that, they want you to call ahead of time. So I got another load started, but I don't have near enough to take it in. Anyway, this is what it looks like. It's a big building. It's in actually okay shape. I don't know. I was thinking about just tearing it down because there's really no need for it up here. But I wanted to get it cleaned out. And like I said, that over that building there, that the enclosed part, is just something I'm not mentally ready for. But anyway, here we sit. I was going to burn those, but it's got formica or high pressure laminate on it. And I don't like to burn that stuff. This is going to break. I know it's going to break, but hopefully it doesn't break in my hands. The worst is glass. It is terrible. I don't know what people are thinking when they're saving glass, but anyway, the only thing that's left really is I should have asked those guys at the metal recycling place if they'll take those. I saw a bunch of tires with metal rims on them. They have a stack that's 2 stories high. Anyway, there's 4 tires with rims on it. Tires are just a pain in the ass to get rid of. I mean, that's why people dump them on the sides of the roads and stuff, because they don't make it easy to get rid of them. I think that's it. I got a little bit more up here. So that's it. That is the tweaker shed, as we call it, for reasons that will go unmentioned. That's a roll of linoleum or something for flooring that the dump usually won't take that, so that's just got to sit there. It'll sit there till the cows come home, I guess. Other than that, it's you can see that it's pretty much over. It's done, with the exception of that little building over there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull forward, load up a couple little things that I got on the side of the road up there, and call that done. As always, my little saying at the end of my videos: be safe and be well. Can you see me? Be safe and be well, and make good choices.